5 common mistakes. So what is squeeze in a little bit of extra value? I put these slides in because I thought they were pretty important. Some of them I saw today. Wrong business model. Guys, if you're trying to do rent to rent for contractors, let's say in a city centre, contractors with vans don't want to go into city centres. 1, parking's a nightmare. 2, these emission zones. 3, people do not want to park their vans with their tools in some rough city centre areas because they're going to get nicked. So loads of reasons, and again, I'm generalising for the purpose of this webinar. If you're trying to do high-end corporate lettings for executives in the middle of the country, that's the wrong type of business model. If you're trying to source and you're only charging £1,000, then you're going to need 10 of those a month to make any sort of real money. So the wrong business model and focusing on that is just going to be a disaster. Next thing, following the wrong mentor. Everybody's doing free training, lots of stuff online. See it every day. If my social media feeds are bombarded with it, I'm not criticizing these guys, but following the wrong mentor for you. If one person's super high risk, super high energy and says, yeah, you got on that phone, you walk into estate agents, you hassle people until buying, you phone them until they buy or until they die. If that's not your personality and you're just never going to follow that, you're trying to emulate someone totally different to you, then following that mentor is just going to be, it's going to leave you in emotional turmoil. It's going to leave you with failure, success, and having spent a hell of a lot of money. So I'm not saying the mentor, I'm not saying don't follow mentors. You definitely should if you're new to something and get the expertise. However, it's a wrong mentor. You need to find one that's right for your personality. Expecting overnight money. Many people jump into service accommodation, and now we're going into summer, so the seasonal money will be high. But a lot of people would say, oh, I'm going to try this in October. And people say, oh, Scott, we've had a property with you for 2 months and it hasn't had any bookings. Well, it actually has. It's had £20,000 worth of bookings, but not for the 2 months coming up to the dead season in your holiday home area. We've had £50,000 of booking for the summer, but they haven't seen that money because people are booking for the next season. So with service accommodation, like restaurants opening, they're going to need to get that footfall. They're going to need to get repeat business. If you're in service accommodation, I don't think it is something that's a couple of months strategy. So you're going to need to work on this. You're going to need to operate for a few seasons to get the actual results that your property deserves. So yes, you can fall for the Lambo and Rolex shite, and listen, good luck to you. But the majority of people, overwhelmingly more than 99%, I'm going to say 99.9%, 1 in 1,000 may stumble across something or find a strategy, but 1 in 999 solid business models and principles are going to win the day here. And expect to set up an SA unit and get 100% occupancy. It does happen. You're probably going to need a season. See a year out. Make sense? So being the same as everybody else, if we're going into service accommodation here, guys, and we're setting up a unit, I'm going to say a city centre apartment in Birmingham. You've bought it off a sourcer. They've just sold 40 of those deals and they're all launching on the same day. So you've got a 2-bedroom apartment and a block of apartments in Birmingham and Manchester and in London, and you're the same as everybody else because the sourcer sold you a same furnishing package. So your property's the same. Why are you going to get booked over other people? Because if you're the same as everyone else and people want to drop their margin and compete in price rather than quality, there are always going to be cheaper people there. There are always going to be people that lower their prices. You're in a block of apartments and somebody's bought it outright, they don't have that operating margin and the cost of 600-700 quid money. They can drop their money and get everybody else put out the market. They can get 100% occupancy. They can break even until all those deals fall off. So guys, we don't want to be the same as everybody else. We need an edge. We need it to be different. Our edge here, well, there's loads of property management companies, but we are the UK's leading social impact short-term rental company. We make every single stay do good for local communities. We've got our own charity. You can't see it at the back because the lights are off, but that's our donation centre. Every single guest can leave food for food banks, clothes for the homeless, stuff for low poverty families, host donate time in their property, and we offer funded stays for those in communities that need it the most. Our edge, we make sure that every single stay in our property does good. Our guests love it, our hosts love it, and we get lots of repeat guests because we're doing good for people in society. So not to get into the charity side, guys, but that's our edge. That's why we're not the same as everyone else. trying to compete with everyone else, going it alone and just saying, listen, hey, I've got a new 2-bed. I'm just going to compete the same. Why? Going it alone, partnerships. Again, we're pillow partners. Everything's about partnerships, why we've built the business. Again, an example of our management company. Why did I franchise a business and offer 50 franchises across the UK rather than keep the profits for myself? Why would I share 3 times the money with franchisees as I would put an employee in? Because then I have 50 people like you, all ambassadors, all building businesses. Pillow has facilitated people making £100,000 incomes and £100,000 profit a year, by the way, guys, rather than competitors. So Zig Ziglar said, you can get anything you want in life if you help enough people get what they want. So trying to compete with people, I think, isn't our business model, guys. The big players, those big, massive players, people much bigger than Pillow, millions and millions of pounds in the bank, they'll be getting acquired by the Travel Chapter and Aways and all these big companies with 15, 20,000 properties. All us small and medium players there competing against each other for a booking or a landlord doesn't make sense because we have bigger targets. We need to come together. Guys, thank you for watching this content. It means a lot, not just for Pillow Partners, a business, but our associated charity, Pillow Safe Havens. Every like, every comment, every share really, really matters. Subscribe to Pillow, follow us, but also to Pillow Safe Havens and all our other websites. It really, really will make a difference in the communities where we manage properties.